This is a photograph from around 1900. Not a palace, not a private estate. This is a train, public transportation, green velvet, carved wood, polished brass. Beauty wasn't reserved for the wealthy. It was woven into everyday life. This was the height of railway design, when travel was an experience, not just transportation. Companies competed not just on speed, but on atmosphere, because people believed surroundings shape mood. Mood shapes society. This is a train today, functional, utilitarian, designed to move bodies, not inspire souls. Antoine de Saint-Exupéry once said, "Perfection is achieved not when there is nothing more to add, but when there is nothing more to take away." But we kept taking and forgot to ask, what did we lose in the subtraction? This is a door knocker from Florence, Italy, crafted around the Renaissance. Not a button, not a bell, not a doorbell camera. A hand holding a sphere. Bronze, shaped by human hands, for human hands. Every visitor became part of a ritual. Every knock echoed with weight. Snow White Door Lock, 1911. This is a door lock from 1911. Handmade, depicting scenes from Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. A lock wasn't just security, it was storytelling. Children would see it and remember the tale. Adults would see it and remember childhood. Even protection carried wonder. This was early 20th century Europe, before mass production erased regional identity, before efficiency became the only measure. Craftsmen didn't just make things, they made memories. This is a lock today. Functional, invisible, forgotten the moment it's installed. There is more treasure in books than in all the pirates' loot on Treasure Island. But what if treasure lived in door locks too? What if everyday objects carried stories? Said by Walt Disney. This perfume bottle comes from the early 1900s. Blue glass, gold filigree, miniature paintings embedded in metal. It looks like something from a wizard's chamber, because once fragrance was treated like alchemy. The vessel mattered as much as the scent inside. This was the Belle Époque, an age of romance, mystery, and craftsmanship. Objects weren't disposable, they were heirlooms. You didn't buy perfume, you inherited a ritual. This is perfume today, sleek, minimal, designed to photograph well on Instagram. The scent may be refined, but the magic is gone. A harp, beautifully made, not just an instrument, a sculpture. A female figure becomes part of the music itself. Green enamel, gold leaf, hand-painted details. The craftsmanship didn't improve the sound, but it honored it. Music was treated as sacred, and sacred things deserved sacred vessels. The harp wasn't played, it was communed with. This is the philosophical hall in the Strahov Monastery, Prague, built in the 18th century. Ceiling frescoes depicting the history of human thought, walnut wood shelves carved by hand, books treated like treasures. This wasn't just storage, this was worship. Knowledge was sacred, and the space reflected that belief. A staircase railing, an owl, symbol of wisdom, guarding the climb. Every step upward was metaphor made physical. Movement wasn't just practical, it was poetic. This door is from Paris, Art Nouveau period. Two female figures reaching toward each other across the entrance. A door wasn't just passage, it was performance. Before you entered, you were already part of the story. This is from Venice, weathered by centuries, still standing. Stone carved into vines, creatures, symbols, a visual language everyone understood. You didn't need to read, the door spoke. Hero begins with someone walking through a door. But what kind of hero do we become when every door looks the same? This opened in the 1930s in Antwerp, Belgium, one of the world's oldest wooden escalators, and it still works. Not plastic, not steel, wood. Warm to touch, alive with grain. Even movement downward was treated with care. This was the interwar period. Technology was advancing, but humanity hadn't been engineered out yet. Progress didn't mean erasure, it meant integration. Old materials, new systems. This is an escalator today, identical in Tokyo, London, Dubai. Efficient, cold, forgettable. This is a faucet, shaped like a swan. Gold-plated, jewel-eyed. Water didn't just flow, it emerged. Even the mundane was transformed into ritual. This wasn't luxury for luxury's sake. This was intention, a reminder that life is composed of small moments, and every moment deserves attention. This is a faucet today. Chrome, sensor-activated, touch-free, hygiene perfected, connection lost. This is a theater at the Baroque period. Before the play even began, before a single word was spoken, the room performed. Ceiling frescoes told stories, gold reflected candlelight. Every tier of seating felt sacred. Art wasn't on the stage alone, it surrounded you. This was an era when theater was society's mirror, and the space itself was part of the reflection. You didn't just watch a story, you entered one. This is a theater today, dark, anonymous, designed to disappear. The screen is everything, the room is nothing. Shakespeare once wrote, "All the world's a stage." But what happens when the stage has no character? When every theater could be anywhere, and therefore belongs nowhere? A salon from 18th century France. Red velvet. Ancestral portraits. Furniture that invited conversation. This wasn't decoration. This was infrastructure for ideas. Salons were where enlightenment happened. Not in universities, but in rooms like this. Another door. This one from Venice. Centuries old. Stone eroded by time. And yet, still speaking. Every carving told a story. Every arch framed intention. You didn't just enter a building. You crossed a threshold between worlds. And this door. Wood and iron in conversation, not competing, collaborating. One organic, one forged. Together, poetry. This is a conservatory. Stained glass filtering light, plants growing inside architecture. Boundaries blurred between inside and outside. Rooms weren't sealed boxes, they breathed. This was the Art Nouveau movement. Nature and design unified. Every curve mimicked organic growth. Every color reflected the earth. People didn't dominate nature, they honored it. This is a sunroom today. Clean, transparent, efficient. Light enters, but magic doesn't. We didn't lose beauty to war, or disaster, or some grand collapse. We lost it to convenience. We traded wonder for speed, meaning for efficiency, soul for scale, and we called it progress. The question isn't whether we can bring it back. The question is, do we still remember what we're missing? If you liked this story, stay, like, and subscribe. Also, comment on what's next we should talk about. What has the world lost to history?